guys, welcome to And Then You Nom It. I'm Puppet Mama, and today I'm by myself because nobody feels good. So I don't even know who's going to eat this. But we are going to make better vegan cornbread dressing because I didn't like the first one for several reasons. And so before Thanksgiving I made another one. It was so much better. Everybody loved it. The whole family loved it. My mom loved it. So this is our better vegan cornbread dressing. So one of the big differences is I got yellow cornmeal. So this is 1 cup of yellow cornmeal and not white bleached gross cornmeal. This is the good stuff. And we're just going to dump all this into a mixing bowl. This is 1/2 cup of unbleached flour, 1/2 cup of, I use frozen corn kernels and thawed them. I would not use canned because it's going to add a lot of salt, but you could use fresh if you have it. It's just cool, you know, frozen is a lot easier. Again, we have, when you prep this, you're going to want to go ahead and bake a sweet potato beforehand, 400 degrees for an hour. Make sure you put some holes in it so it doesn't explode. But this is 2 tablespoons of the sweet potato, and we use the rest of the sweet potato in the actual dressing. Alright, 3/4 cup of unsweetened almond milk with a tablespoon of lemon juice to give it that tart buttermilk flavor. This is 1 teaspoon of baking soda mixed with 1 teaspoon cream of tartar. I don't really like baking powder. It kind of freaks me out. Even the aluminum free, I just prefer to use this. And then I've mixed up 2 flax eggs. That is 2 tablespoons of ground flax seeds with 4 tablespoons of warm water. And it just gels up and gives us our egg-like consistency. And once again, we're just going to mix this real quick. We have already preheated our oven to 350 degrees. You just want to make sure that you don't have like big, huge chunks of sweet potato anywhere. Looks like that. We have, I lightly oiled this, very lightly. Pie pan. We're just going to put our cornbread in here, and you can always get a spatula, like a silicone spatula, to make sure you get it all out. That's going to go into the oven for 20 minutes. When it comes out of the oven, test it, make sure that it's all the way done, and then you're just going to allow it to cool for at least 30 minutes. You can speed up cooling with putting it on a wire rack. And once it's cool, we can start our dressing. Alright, so our cornbread is cool. Isn't it beautiful? And now we are going to water saute our vegetables. This brings a lot of flavor, so I have like about a 1/4 inch of water in my non-stick skillet. I'm going to turn that on to medium. I have 3 stalks of celery, and you want to get them kind of fine, kind of small, because that's going to provide you more surface area, which is going to provide you more flavor opportunity, and it's going to go throughout your dressing. This one a little big, so I'm just gonna. Also helps if your knife is super sharp. I have 1 sweet onion cut up very fine as well, and 3 baby bell peppers, yellow, orange, and red. You can do 1 bell pepper, you can do green, whatever. I don't do well with green peppers, and I like the different flavors and the different colors of the baby bells, so and I don't know, can you guys detect different flavors in the different color peppers? Because I can. So what I like to do with the water technique, and with this much vegetable, if there was a little less vegetable, I might not do it quite as long, but I'm just going to let it go for 3 minutes, and then I'm going to stir it up, make sure that it covers the pan, and continue to do that until my water's gone. And then I'm going to stir it every 1 to 2 minutes until it is brown and delicious. Alright, so as you can see, there's no water left in these, and so just want to kind of make sure that they get some color on them. So I just want to stir them up every minute or 2, and so because we don't want them to burn, but we do want that beautiful caramelized flavor. So I just wanted you guys to see what I mean. Like, the water is completely gone and they're starting to get some color, but I want a richer color. So see you when we got that. Okay, so we are ready to get this cornbread mixed up. Alright, so in a large mixing bowl, I've crumbled my cornbread. Next, 3 slices of stale bread. You can leave these out overnight, or if you forget, just dry toast them on a griddle for like 3 minutes on each side on medium heat. We just want to tear that up into rather small pieces. You don't have to be precise. Rough tears. And I'm using, make sure your bread is vegan. I'm using just a whole wheat bread. Alright, the rest of our sweet potato. See how lovely our vegetables turned out? We just want to add those in. Alright. Next thing we have are 2 flax eggs made the same way as before. Now this is our poultry seasoning, and even though we don't have poultry in here, we're going to season it with this because that is what gives us that really delicious savory smell, taste. And it is 1/4 teaspoon of ground pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of ground sage, 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme, 1/2 teaspoon of dry oregano, and 1/2 teaspoon of dried marjoram. Just for an added little flavor. 2 tablespoons of coconut aminos. And now we're going to add about, you can get a really good vegan vegetable broth, or you can get vegan better than bouillon and mix it up yourself, which is what I did. We're going to add about half of this liquid. It was 4 cups, so we're doing 2 cups. And we're going to give that a stir. We're going to add another cup if it doesn't look quite wet enough. Now, the last video I did, I had it too wet, and so it took a little longer to cook it. But if you kind of go a little slower, you can kind of gauge how much liquid you need instead of adding the entire 4 cups of liquid. I think it's looking good with 3. I might add just a little more because I see a few dry spots. So we want it to be good and moist. Get that sweet potato stirred in throughout. Oh, that looks delicious. Okay. We have our, oh, I set this down on something. We have our 8 by 11. You can do 9 by 13. That's usually the standard. I don't know what I set it down on. I have grazed this a little bit with just some coconut oil. And we've got our oven preheated to 350 degrees. And let me tell you, that looks so much better than the first one. The first one was just ugly, and I honestly was kind of scared to eat it. Somebody picked up on that. Good eye. I just want to make sure I get all of this good stuff in here. Alright, so this is going to go in the oven for 45 minutes, and when it comes out it should be set. If it's still a little jiggly, you'll just want to increase your time, maybe another 5 minutes or so, until it just no longer sloshes. Alright, I'll see you in 45 minutes, guys. Hello, Ray.
Hello, Deborah.
You feel like eating some dressing?
I always feel like eating some of your dressing.
Well, kids aren't feeling good today, so it's just me and Ray.
We're gonna have to eat all this dressing?
No, I'm sure they'll eat some. They'll help us, but stop being a pouty baby. Alright, this stuff just looks better. It's
Mm.
It's even better the second day, after it's had time to think about it. So this is totally something you can make like Christmas Eve and have on Christmas Day. So I don't know if you guys are like us, but around here, whatever you eat at Thanksgiving, pretty much the same kind of food you eat at Christmas. You just have like a really special breakfast.
Yeah, but that's another video.
And I got some dried cranberries to just go on it. I'm going to make some cranberry sauce later on, but not today.
Now, if you do make this a day ahead, what we found worked really well when we did this over Thanksgiving was we made the potatoes fresh that day. So when we started the potatoes, started boiling the water, we set the oven on, what was it, 200?
250.
250. And we slid the dressing and pie and the seitan roast that we had made for Thanksgiving all in the oven. And, we made the mashed potatoes. And by the time those were ready and everything was ready to go, all the food had heated up beautifully.
Yeah.
So, recommend.
It's still really hot.
Mm-hmm. It really is. It's also really good. I found that the baby peppers really infuse the whole dressing with pepper.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the only veggies in here that weren't like sauteed or roasted or anything ahead of time too, right? You did?
I sauteed the onions, the celery, and the baby peppers.
Really? That makes that. Then that's why the flavor is so infused in everything, I guess. I don't know. I just know it's good. Mm. And it's got a much better mouthfeel than last time.
Mm-hmm. Last time, even though it was moist, it still had a cakey feel.
It really did. And I think it had to do a lot with the white cornbread.
Mm-hmm.
That came out a lot denser than the yellow cornbread. I don't know why. Is it more refined? Is that what?
Yes, it's very refined.
Okay.
The white stuff was refined and rich.
Yeah. Now here's an important question: how much oil is in this?
0.
0 oil.
Well, there might be some in the vegetable broth, because we do use
Right, we use that.
better than bouillon instead of making our own broth. But if you make your own broth with no oil, 0.
But even if you do use the better than bouillon, a little bit of that stuff goes a really long way. So you're not talking about like you've added gobs of oil to the recipe.
I ate this at lunch on Thanksgiving. I ate this at dinner on Thanksgiving with the mashed potatoes, with the seitan roast, with the gravy that I made, with apple pie. I'm talking about both meals. All of this stuff. And then we had a little bit of leftovers on Friday that we ate as well. And even though I wasn't trying to lose weight over the holidays, I lost 2 pounds. So,
yes, when you're vegan, you get to pig out at Thanksgiving and still lose weight.
but that should never be your goal. Because you need to enjoy it, and I did.
Yeah.
I totally enjoyed every mouthful. And the company.
It was a really good Thanksgiving this year.
It was.
everybody enjoyed everything, and I think it helped a lot that you did so much
Peppercorn.
cooking. Ooh, that's a little explosion of flavor in your mouth.
Except it was at the back of my throat, so it was a
Oh,
little...
bless you.
Yeah. Now, what were you saying?
I was saying, you know, we did the majority of the Thanksgiving cooking this year.
Yeah.
Which was good for your mom because she has been sick and she was just exhausted on Thanksgiving Day. So
She was in a lot of pain.
She was in a lot of pain. So it helped, you know, having done most of the heavy lifting on the Thanksgiving feast for her.
The one thing that I really hated was that it was our first vegan Thanksgiving after years of being paleo, and we didn't have any bread.
We didn't. You're right.
I missed that. It's like I've always loved like a nice roll on Thanksgiving, and then years of paleo, no rolls, and so Christmas we're gonna have some sort of bread.
Yeah, you have some ideas on that already, don't you? But you'll have to tune into the next videos.
Yeah, you totally have to subscribe and click the notification bell, because I've got dessert, I've got Santa cookies, I've got
special Christmas
main,
breakfast.
I've got sides, I've got breakfast. It's all gonna be good. I hope. That's one thing about me is when I do these recipes, sometimes it's the first time I'm doing it because I just don't have the patience to test out a recipe and then do it.
Which is one of the reasons why we have 2 dressing videos.
Yeah. So if it doesn't work, I'm gonna let you know. Not good. And then the last dressing was okay. But this one's the
So
one.
good. And you know, the change in texture, you know, it's not just the difference in the cornbreads, it's the difference in the uncooked veggies being baked in it and the sautéed veggies being baked in it, and that just really makes it.
No.
It's got that, you know, that smooth, creamy, almost tasty dressing.
You could totally make this without the pepper, like the 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, because it does kind of ramp it up and it can kind of explode in the back of your throat and make you cough a little bit. But if you like pepper, leave it in. Everything else is essential. You want some more?
Yeah.
This is our dinner.
Yeah. Ooh, I got lots.
That good?
It's good for me. I have plenty left over for the kids.
I like the dry cranberries on it.
It's nice.
Yeah, but I've got plans for a cranberry sauce. I think it's going to be pretty good.
That's cool. Looking forward to that.
I forgot how hot it was.
Another advantage of cooking it a day ahead and then heating it up.
Yeah.
Time to get it to the table, it's just right. But that's okay. We are willing to scald our little mouths and tummies for you.
It also transports well. You know, it's as long as you don't put too much liquid in and you cook it till it's not jiggling, you just throw some wrapping over it or a lid if you have a really nice baking dish with a lid and transports really well, because we took this to my mom's house and it was not a mess when we got there.
No. It's good. Now, the sweet potato is a unique vegan element in this, right?
The
Don't
sweet
normally
potato replaces any fat
Right.
that you would put in it without giving it too much of a sweet taste. Like if you put applesauce or banana, it'd probably be weird.
Mm.
So the sweet potato replaces the fat in this. The flaxseed replaces the egg.
And I really like it with the sweet potato, because sweet potato just fits right in with this traditional, autumn, fall flavor dressing. So.
Hold on, I apologize. But yeah, this has got all kinds of veggies in it. All kinds of whole grain. And if you want to swap out the unbleached flour for whole grain flour, I don't think that would mess it up.
Happy tummies.
What is it?
It's good. Those are happy tummy noises. And this is perfect. I just got back from the store and it's gotten pretty cold around here. And I come home and it's just hot, fresh stuff. Dressing.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of. It's just a really good, perfect. Anybody, whether they're vegan or not, would enjoy this dressing every bit as much, if not more, than any more traditional dressing. So it's really good.
Thank you. I'm very pleased with it. It's gonna be Christmas. Alright, so hopefully I'm going to be making several videos before Christmas. I'm hoping that I'm not going to get sick this year. Fingers crossed.
Or me, or them.
Well, they're not feeling good today. But, so make sure you subscribe, because I have plans and they're going to be tasty, and as long as I don't get really sick, that's what we're going to do. And hopefully eating more vegan food, and especially plant-based whole foods, I'm not going to get sick as much. That's the dream. That's the plan. So see you in the next video, and like and comment down below what are your Christmas traditions, especially like lunch. Do you have more savory stuff? Do you have, like junk food? Do you sleep through lunch? Because I get up at 4 o'clock, I could sleep through lunch, but that's me. Alright, and we'll see you.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.